Petty revenge can be so sweet. I'm your host, Tight. Let's see who got a treat. Our first one is from Heavy Homo. My landlord has been a massive ding-dong since I moved in. She hates me because I have a service animal, and she's been trying to make up reasons to evict me for a while now. So I filed both a human rights and a landlord court complaint. We have awesome legal channels in Canada that are effectively free and require no lawyers. Provincial tribunals. Malicious compliance me kicks in. I'm ready to be petty. I'm allowed to send her documents via mail. She didn't give me her home address on the lease. That's fine. She gave me a P.O. box. So I mailed the hearing notice and all evidence to her P.O. box. But oh no, the package I printed out was so thick that it had no chance of fitting in her P.O. box. So Canada Post won't forward it to her home address. So I mailed everything to her P.O. box, and the pickup slip has been in there for the past week. Her post office of choice is only open during business hours, which is what she works, so I guess she never checks it, despite me telling her over and over that a court date was coming up. I even emailed her evidence files 23 through 28 and a document list titled Part 2. Told her to let me know if she was missing anything. She hates me, so she didn't respond. If only she paid any amount of attention or treated me with a drop of civility. Womp womp for her. Well, our landlord court appointment was this morning. She uploaded no evidence. She didn't call the court to provide her contact info, and she ignored the phone call from the court when our slot came up. Who even answers private number if they're not expecting it? The hearing was ultimately adjourned because I'm asking for quite a bit of money and a ton of things to be repaired around the house. I may have gone looking for a few extra things. If I'm taking her to court, may as well knock it all out at once, right? She now looks insanely negligent for missing our court date, which is a huge backbone of my case against her. I have to wait a couple extra weeks for a new date. But hey, the time slot was extended by over an hour, so I get even more time to make my case. I offered her a settlement months back, asking for an apology and $380 for out-of-pocket expenses. She said no, so now it's a bit higher. Shouldn't have talked smack about my disability and service dog. I ain't leaving. Edit for T. Okay, I left this part out because it's less exciting. But I did send everything via mail in good faith as well. It can be both. She whines that I'm harassing her when I try to follow up on maintenance issues. It was either 8 emails with evidence spread across them, or one big fat envelope. The envelope felt kinder, and after she didn't mention any of the missing files, sincerely thought she was gonna be there today. Best of all worlds for me. Double edit. Also, thank you to everybody in the comments trying to educate people on what service dogs are. Couple of ding-dong landlords trying to clown around, demonstrating exactly what I've been dealing with for months. I think what a lot of these landlords seem to forget, if they're a landlord, they have a lot of extra responsibilities, especially to keep their properties up to spec and deal with any complaints tenants may have in a reasonable and timely manner. But the revenge against this landlord, I think, was perfectly done, and they definitely had it coming. And our final one is by GoTanks972. Okay, so this is a bit long, but I need to get it off of my chest. I live in a small cul-de-sac. Nothing fancy, just your average neighborhood. My driveway fits 2 cars. Mine plus my husband's, perfectly fine. For the most part, everyone here minds their own business. Except my neighbor, let's just call him Jack. For whatever reason, he thinks my driveway is like extra parking for his family and friends. First time it happened, I thought it was a mistake. His brother's car was in there. He said it'd just be a sec. A week later, it was some friend of his dropping something off. I didn't love it, but I figured, whatever, not worth making it awkward. But it kept happening. I'd come home from work. I'm a nurse, so some days I'm wiped out, and there's a random car blocking me. One night, I literally had to park halfway down the street and carry 5 bags of groceries because his buddy's truck was in my spot. Every time I said something, he'd do that half smile and go, "Oh yeah, sorry, they'll be gone soon. Like I'm the one being difficult. The final straw. I get home late Friday night after a 12-hour shift. Still in scrubs, starving, and takeout that's already getting cold in the passenger seat. And boom, giant white SUV parked dead center in my driveway. Not even off to the side. Like full on blocking me from even pulling in. I knock, no answer. I call Jack, he finally picks up, and super casual goes, "Oh yeah, that's my in-laws. They'll only be there a couple hours. Just park on the street. It's not a big deal." That was it for me. I called a tow truck, and yes, I checked before. Where I live, if someone blocks your private driveway, you're allowed to tow immediately. Tow guy showed up in 20 minutes. SUV was gone before I even finished half my fries. About an hour later, furious pounding on my door. Jack's beet red. His in-laws are yelling in the background, and he's going off about how I didn't have to take it that far. I just said, "You told me it wasn't a big deal, so I treated it like it wasn't a big deal." Then I closed the door. They had to pay almost $300 to get their car back, and funny enough, ever since then, my driveway has stayed crystal clear. Not even for just a sec. Talk about one expensive parking fee. This couldn't have gone down any better. But the reality is too, if Jack's claiming it's not a big deal and that the OP can park in the street, why the fuck can't any of their guests do the same? It's not a big deal, right? Glad to know that he got that wake-up call. Even if it didn't affect him directly, I'm pretty sure those in-laws were pissed. Alright, that's enough pettiness for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Petty Revenge. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.